From The Courier, this is Yesterdena, a show exploring the people, places, and pivotal moments that shape the San Gabriel Valley. For our first episode, managing editor Colin Haskins takes us back to the very beginning of Pasadena City College. Here's today's episode.
In front of the Jack Scott building at Pasadena City College's Colorado campus, just beside the main entrance, you'll find a metal plaque. Etched on it are 3 words: Pasadena Junior College. That's not the name of the college today, and the plaque is easy to ignore, but that little plaque is a relic of one of the boldest experiments in American higher education. Let me take you back to 1913, when Pasadena High School first opened its doors on a brand new campus on Colorado Boulevard, right where the college sits today. The entire project cost over $600,000, a massive investment at the time, and it was considered one of the most elegant high schools in the country. But by the 1920s, the campus was overflowing. California's universities were overcrowded, and local leaders wanted more for their children. So in 1924, the Pasadena Board of Education created Pasadena Junior College, a 2-year institution that would share space with the high school. And just a couple years after that, something radical happened. On April 5th, 1928, the Board of Education voted to adopt what became known as the 6-4-4 system. 6 years of elementary school, 4 years of junior high, and 4 years of a brand new kind of school, a 4-year junior college combining grades 11 through 14. Under the new system, the high school and the junior college officially merged into one institution, keeping the name Pasadena Junior College. The Pasadena Chronicle, the student newspaper at the time, covered every step of the transition. Some students were confused, and others were skeptical.
Friday, April 20th, 1928. Why should Pasadena attempt to strike out for herself? Is the doubtful honor of being first sufficient compensation for struggling alone?
But the administration was confident. Superintendent John Sexton said,
I feel now that Pasadena has taken the lead, other school systems will soon be changed to the 6-4-4 plan. It is more fitting that Pasadena lead than to follow the others.
And Principal John Haberson said he expected, quote, an avalanche of schools to follow Pasadena's example. And for a while, they did. First Compton, then Ventura adopted the 6-4-4 plan. The plan became popular among students, too. At one point, students wrote in the Ventura Pirate Press teasing students from Glendale because they only had a high school.
To Glendale students, why don't you really get modern and adopt the 6-4-4 plan, such as in Pasadena and Ventura?
The idea was that students would move seamlessly from junior high into a 4-year program where college-level work could begin as early as 11th grade. It was efficient, it eliminated repetitive coursework, and it created space for both vocational students and those with goals of transferring. In a lot of ways, it was the forerunner to the modern community college, and Pasadena was on the front lines of promoting it. Superintendent Sexton and Principal Haberson dedicated a lot of their careers to advocating the 6-4-4 model of education. In 1930, Principal Haberson spoke about the 6-4-4 system at a national convention in Atlantic City. He argued that junior colleges shouldn't exist to feed into universities, but to meet the needs of the students where they are. And people listened. By 1932, the Chronicle reported that Pasadena's graduation numbers had increased by 46%. Students were staying in school longer, most of them were going on to university, and others found meaningful careers through terminal vocational tracks. Dr. William Proctor, a Stanford researcher who came to Pasadena to study the 6-4-4 system, said,
The 6-4-4 plan has met every reasonable test and has more than justified itself.
For a while, it seemed like the 6-4-4 system might be catching on, at least in California. At the movement's peak, 7 institutions in California formed 4-year junior colleges like Pasadena. On a visit to Pasadena in 1938, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt praised the 6-4-4 model. At one point, the state of California even passed a law that made it easier for high schools to adopt the model. But as the decades passed, things began to shift. The original goals of the 6-4-4 system, efficiency, flexibility, and accessibility, were being met in new ways through evolving state policy and funding for junior colleges. By the early 1950s, the Chronicle reported that change was on the horizon again.
Friday, January 13th, 1954. Pasadena's educational system will definitely be changed from the present 644 plan to a new 6332 arrangement.
The 644 system was officially dead. Today, the modest plaque in front of the Jack Scott building is easy to overlook, but it's a quiet reminder of a time when this city helped redefine what American education could be.
That was episode 1 of Yesterdena. It was written and produced by Colin Haskins. For more information on the archives and documents that helped us make this episode, visit pcccourier.com/Yesterdena. I'm Laura Dux.